Barbara. Welcome to this week's episode of Craft Corner Kits to Go. This week we're going to make a puppet that is an ant. Actually, we're going to make two of them. We're going to make a red one and a black one. I have already made the black one, and so I'm going to make the red one in front of you so that you can make it. And in your kits, you should be able to find enough product to make both a red ant and a black ant. So you'll need craft foam and some cardstock and a craft stick. Now I have taken this one and painted it red. This one I didn't bother to paint. You can paint them or not, it's up to you. You're going to need glue dots. You're going to need some pieces of pipe cleaner. You're going to need a black marker for the red one and a white marker for your black one. And it just does his mouth here. You're going to need Google eyes and a stapler. So to start out with, you've got these 4 pieces of craft foam, and the absolute shortest one you're going to hold, and that's going to be your base. So to start out with, we just want to take each piece and make a circle out of it. And when you do that, then take your stapler and staple that circle. See, I just overlapped it a little bit and then stapled it, okay? So do that with each one of these. I'm overlapping it maybe a 1/2 inch, and then I'm stapling it. And then my last one. So you end up with 3 rolls of craft foam. Now, the littlest one is going to be the middle part. The medium-sized one's going to be the head, and the larger one's going to be the back of the body. So for your middle one, that's the one where all the legs are going to be. So you want to take your pieces of cardstock and make a bend in it at this end. We want a 1/2 inch bend up and a 1/2 inch bend up, like that. And then make a bend in the middle, so you end up with an upside down V with feet, like that. So do that to all 6 of your pieces of cardstock, because those are going to be your legs. So now all 6 of those are bent, and I'm going to take 3 of them and put them together so they're all 3 have the same point right here. And I'm going to take my stapler and I'm going to staple them together. Now I may have to do it more than once because they're kind of slippery, but what you want to end up with is 3 like this. Okay, now I'm going to take a glue dot and put it at the bottom of my legs. That's what these are. And then take it to the, keeping the seam at the bottom and taking it here and putting it inside, okay? So we'll do the same thing with the other side. We've got 3 legs that we're going to spread out. take your stapler and staple it a couple of times so you make sure you catch them all. And then put another glue dot at the bottom of these legs and put them on the other side. So now there's my middle piece. Now that middle piece I'm going to glue down to the middle of this smaller piece of craft foam. I put a glue dot on each side and I lay this across in the middle and press down really well. Okay, so now I've got this. Before I go any further, I want to put this on. This is my craft stick that I painted red. And like I said, you don't have to paint it red or black. You can just use the plain color if you want. But I put 2 glue dots on one end of this. Okay? And then I'm going to take this middle of my ant and set it in the middle of that and push down. So now I have control of the middle of my ant. This is my ant's head. So I'm going to take 2 more glue dots and keeping the seam that I stapled at the bottom, I'll put these glue dots on there. And set that at the very front of the piece. So there, now my ant is fastened there. And then his rear end, or the back part of my ant, is the largest circle. And I'm going to fasten it down right here. So now we've got an ant. Now my ant needs an antenna, so I'm going to take these pipe cleaners and bend those with a little zigzag on each end. And I'll put a glue dot on this pipe cleaner and stick it on top of my ant head. And I'll do the same with the other side. Now my ant has antenna, and all we need now are some eyes and a mouth. So take a glue dot and put it on my Google eye. Put that right below my antenna. And then take a black marker and make a smile. And my ant is ready to play. So now I have 2 ant puppets that I can do whatever I want with. And that's it for this week's episode of Craft Corner Kits to Go. And we'll see you next week.